Ethically hacking TikTok to make $20,000 a month in e-commerce. I'll be dead honest, this document was so uncomfortable to write that I almost didn't want to put it out because it is literally that valuable. So guys, I am going to show you guys how to turn any saturated product out in the e-commerce market into a $20,000 a month e-commerce juggernaut. And don't worry, I added pictures too. So let's hop right into the first point. I want you guys to pay very, very close attention to all of these points, but this one is probably the one that you've heard the most, even though it's very, very, very important. And that is your wow factor. People on TikTok, people on any social media, but especially people on TikTok, have the attention span of a literal goldfish, which means whatever product that you're selling should make them go like whatever crazy random attention grabbing thing you want to do, you want people to literally stop and be like, oh my God, what is this? Why isn't it in my life? Now, this isn't a necessity, but it is something that's going to make your life a whole lot easier because people are getting bombarded with products every single day. And if your product can capture people's attention because it's so good, it'll make making ads a whole lot easier. So like I said, I know this sounds a little gimmicky, but people have to immediately see the value in what you're selling. Moving on to the next step, which is probably one of my favorite steps because it's so simple. It's your product page. So once you find your wow factor product, I'm going to go into how to find a wow factor product, maybe in another video. Let me know down in the comments if I should, if you guys even care. But your product page. This is so important. I made it small because the steps are very, very simple. Like there are a million different YouTube videos that talk about how you can start doing this. I wanted to make this one because I wanted to show you how important it is, because your product page is literally your storefront. It is literally the thing that's going to make people buy from you. And if your product page isn't on point, people just aren't going to buy from you. And the reason why their product page are literally so effective, like this brand literally drives hundreds of thousands of people to their website. And the reason why their product pages are so effective is because the only thing they do is talk about the emotional benefit behind their product. And they kind of don't care to mention anything else. You should be doing the same thing with your brand. It probably feels like I'm saying every single one of these steps is the most important step, but like it's like they stack, right? When we get to the next step, the previous step becomes equally, if not more important, and this one is no different. Your content. I see every ecom brand ever struggle with content. But the formula behind content actually isn't so hard. It is unbelievably important because your content, whether it be paid or organic, is the way people are introduced to your brand. If people are introduced to your brand with a bad rap, with something that looks like a scam, with something that isn't trustworthy, with something that reminds them of something that isn't trustworthy, then you're shit out of luck. You're not going to make any sales, which is why your content has to be unbelievably important in your content strategy, in your entire marketing strategy. Like, bro, your content is just important. I'm going to quit making my case, but like I said, it is the lifeblood of your social media strategy. And to make this process as simple as possible, we're going to use a website like Billo. Billo is a website that I use. Again, I'm going to link this document here, but Billo is a really, really great website that you can use to hire UGC creators. With this particular website, you're going to pay anywhere, I know it says $59, but you're going to pay anywhere from about $60 to even up to $100 per video, which I know it sounds like a lot, but understand that what you're buying is a sales asset and you're buying an evergreen sales asset. So a video that you might buy for $100, you think, well, why would I buy this if I'm only going to post it once? You're not going to post it once. You're going to buy, and you see I have it right here, 5 to 10 of these different videos from content creation pros, not necessarily people who are new at making content. Doesn't matter if they're new, they just need to be good at making content. And we're going to make banger ads and organic content, because what this really looks like is the reason why we're buying so many to start. This actually isn't a lot, but the reason why we're buying more than 2 or 3 to start is because we're going to make compilations of all of these different videos. Think if you have 5 to 10 30-second videos with clips, you now have about 3 to 4 minutes of content. And if you're posting videos that are about 15 seconds, you now have I'm not good at math, but like you now have an unbelievably big amount of content that you can post, that you can use for your ads and for your organic. The goal here is to get these UGC creators to make you content that you're going to take clips out of and put together into videos the way that you want them. That is why we're ordering so many, and that's why this is so impactful. This is going to take a budget of about $400 to $1,000. Remember that I showed you a little bit earlier how I did the math. Now, this is the part that honestly made me really, really uncomfortable about sharing. I run a UGC content agency. So one of the 2 services that I offer is I plug e-commerce brands with UGC creators. The other service that I offer is that I actually shoot the ads. So I take products, I put them inside of a studio, and I actually make the ads. Like I am literally the director, the filmmaker, the scriptwriter, all of it. This is why this made me so uncomfortable, is because I have to get people to be inside of those videos. This is the criteria that I use to get these people. These 4 criteria pieces, when I say they are important, I mean like they are where 90% of the value in this video is going to be, because you want people, starting from the first step, people only buy from people who look like them, or more importantly, people who look like who they want to be. When you're choosing people for your content, you should always choose people that match with one of these 2, and preferably the second one. Everyone, even the most confident and secure person in the world wants to be like someone else. They look at someone and they idolize them. It's a very hard truth to take, but it's real. So find these people and put them inside of your content, because the psychology behind it is going to make people buy from you a whole lot more, because they don't feel like they're buying from your brand. They feel like they're buying from the person that they want to be like. What industry are they in? This is a little bit of a softer one, but like before you hire a creator, have they ever made content in your brand or content similar to the industry that you're in? Next, do they understand lighting and angles? This is almost as important as does a customer service representative understand soft skills? Does a UGC creator understand lighting and angles? Because it's literally the most important thing in any single video. Golden hour videos are super duper impactful here. Videos that show different angles of the product. So like basically when they're not just holding the product in one face, they hold the product, move the camera around, almost completely do something different, and it looks like the product is in a completely new clip. Like, do they do that without you having to ask them? Do they even understand that? Super duper important. And then your scroll stopper. Does this UGC creator really good at catching attention? This is the last one because it's the least important one. Usually I will coach a UGC creator on how to make an engaging scroll stopper, but it is always extremely helpful when they already know how to do it. I don't know about you guys, but that was a lot. I do not share that often. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever shared that before. So you guys are getting a ton of value here. Moving on to the next step, storytelling. More than any other platform, people on TikTok want to emotionally connect with stories. If you have ever spent a minute on TikTok, you know this to be true. People care about other people's business. I don't know why. I don't get it. It happens all the time. Even if you look at some of the biggest TikTok stars like Charli D'Amelio, the reason why people like her so much isn't because she dances, because she can't dance that well. They like her because they feel like they actually know her. They feel like they're actually connected to her, which is the exact same reason why cooking videos with voiceovers about crazy things that people's husband did perform so well. It's not because people care so much about the food. They care so much about the emotional story being told, and they want to connect to it. Because we know this is true with life, it's why TV shows work. It's why reality TV is still a thing, even after everyone knows it's fake. It's why WWE wrestling is still around. People want to emotionally connect with things, and nowhere do they want to connect more than on TikTok. We know this to be true. Now we need to implement it inside of our brand. We do this by using the hero's journey. You've probably heard of this before, but you've probably never looped your brand and the hero's journey together. Because if you would, you'll be literally printing money. What you always want to do in every single piece of content, you don't have to use every single one of them. It's okay to skip a few steps, but you always want to be doing this. I am going to leave a video example of some of my favorite ads that literally do this. And you'll notice every single ad is a high performing ad for a reason, because they are so good at using the hero's journey to emotionally get people to buy into products. And once you click on these video examples, this all will make so much unbelievable sense to you that you should literally just take the video examples that I'm giving you and recreate them with the product that you choose. Now, moving along to the next step, our actual strategy. This is literally my most favorite part of the job. This is what I do all single day. It's like writing content strategies. This is the content strategy that we're going to use. And I kept it as simple as possible. You can make it more complex, but honestly, you should really keep things like super duper simple, because simple just works. What we're going to do is 5 to 8 weekly organic posts. We're going to get these posts from those UGC creators. One thing that you can specifically do to make this a little bit easier once you start getting to month 3, 4, 5, and 6 is actually order your product, and you start being a UGC creator for your product to cut down on cost and then like make more engaging, more fun stuff. It'll help you get to know the brand a little bit more. But we're going to take these organic posts, and some of them will be the same as the ad creatives, but a lot of the ad creatives will be a whole lot more salesy, and they'll actually look like e-commerce ads. But we're going to be launching 5 to 8 new ones every single week. And I put this as a contingency plan. Like, you don't have to do this, but I always recommend that just about daily you're bringing in a new UGC creator. That means every single week you're bringing on anywhere from 5 to 10 creators, because it'll help keep your content fresh. Now, moving on to the next part of the strategy is the actual strategy explanation, if you will. This is why this works. TikTok, the platform, they love new content, organic and paid. The more content that you post, the more people are going to stay on their platform. On top of that, TikTok, the user base, loves fast-paced and engaging stories. Remember earlier, I told you we're going to clip up all of the content that we get, and we're going to make it into whatever we want to make it. This is where this becomes so important, because let's say a UGC creator records a slow-paced video, a video of them talking about your product. It's not that it's a bad video, but it's not fast-paced. What we're going to do is clip that video along with the dozens of other UGC creator tips that we have, put them all together, and we're going to make constant fast-pacing clips all of the time using the hero's journey to tell new stories constantly. This means our master plan is literally dozens of weekly new content with strategies that we already know work. This is like the big graph that whenever I tell my clients about, like they pull out their credit cards and they just immediately hire my agency. It's the craziest thing ever. You always want more UGC content. You can never have enough content in general, but UGC content is the easiest to get. So you can never have enough UGC content, because with more UGC content, you can make more ads. When you make more ads, more people see you, and when more people see you, you make more sales. And when you make more sales, there's big happy smiles on everyone's faces. This content strategy is actually really, really simple. So like our plan on making 20K a month is a lot of content, a lot of ads, and a whole lot of sales. Moving on to like the very, very last part of this video. It's money time, baby. So this is the part where you sit on the beach with your pina colada after just ordering your Lambo truck from your phone because you implemented the advice that I use from my clients every single day to scale their e-commerce stores. You are welcome.